Hello. Hi, my name's Lola. I have literally just finished my Access course at Ravensbourne, and I thought it would be really useful, it might be really useful, to record a video talking about the pros and cons and my experiences there, because I've had good and bad experiences there. It doesn't mean that it's a bad or good uni. There's obviously things that you want more than others, and it's important to know those things before you actually join university, because it's expensive to quit. So I think there's like 4 things we're going to talk about. So one is like the facilities, the building. The second one will be teaching style and teachers and my experiences learning. Third is like support, just getting support when you need. And the fourth one will be like student life. So first thing I wanted to talk about is the building. Because it's one of my favorite things about it personally. Not everyone loves it, I love it. Even the neighborhood is so it doesn't feel like London, it feels like so relaxed. And I remember coming out of the tube station every single time with a smile on my face. It's just you know what it is. I've never been to uni on a day when Yo2 was having an event, so I'm yet to experience that. The building is amazing. There's always sunlight coming in, so it feels very familiar. It feels natural, and the layout of everything is super cool as well. All of the floors, and you can see everything, and you can see through the windows outside London, and it's the experience is really nice. And when you walk into the building, I mean, if you've seen pictures, you probably know what I'm talking about. But also not only the building itself, but the facilities like prototyping rooms, kit store, libraries. I wasn't able to use the libraries a lot because of COVID. They were closed most of the times, and also we did have a couple months online, but because my course was a fairly small group, and we had class only on evenings and Saturdays, so we were very lucky because there was no one there when they were there, which meant that we could actually go to the building whilst everyone else was at home. Sorry. It was just great. We were able to enjoy the building a lot compared to the other classes over this last year. And the prototyping room is amazing. There's all kinds of machines you could ever imagine for all things that you want to do. Wood, if you want to print on fabric, or do embroidery on fabric, or 3D print, plastic. It's really cool. And you can literally do anything in there. It's really fun, and they teach you how to use everything. It's literally free. So I think the 3D printing is paid. So the libraries, I know that there's 2 libraries, one for normal books and the other one is the material library, which is super cool. There's all kinds of materials, and you go there to kind of check them before you actually buy your own, because obviously you want to see the texture, you want to see how it feels, and that's very useful because you don't have to spend money twice or keep returning things because it wasn't actually the material you expected it to be. So you just go to the materials library and you look through everything. That was really cool. What wasn't cool, during lockdown they didn't allow us to use the lifts, and our classroom was on the 9th floor. I don't think anyone ever complained about the building other than having to go 9 flights up the stairs. And down, actually. And down, I must add. Teaching. I think this is where the problems really start. Because we had a tutor for the first half of our course, and then they just switched tutors halfway through the course, and it was not the best experience. These new people, they didn't know who you are, they don't know the way you like to work, they don't know how you work, they don't know the level of experience you have. So in the first few projects with the new tutors, it was very difficult to kind of adapt. So they made us feel very much lost when we were doing our projects. And then, eventually you kind of get the hang of it, and then they call these one-to-one meetings with you and your tutor, and they kind of guide you, tell you what is working in your project so far, what hasn't been working, why, if you ever thought about doing it differently, blah blah blah. I think it's a more of a university kind of thing. All unis and all courses are gonna be slightly the same. You don't have someone to tell you what to do or the steps to get there. You're more focused on your self-development than anything else, and it can be good and it can be bad at times. Sometimes you kind of have a direction to go in your head, and sometimes you just feel very lost. And when you feel very lost, you kind of need that support. The support is there. There's a lot of support for finance, job interviews, like mental health, literally anything you need. You can just drop into the session that happens like from 1 to 2 p.m. Every day on Zoom, I think it was. And you can, talk to, I think there's like 4 or 5 members of staff, one for each kind of type of support. But if you try to reach them by email when you're busy, like me, I'm busy, they don't reply. I used to have to chase them up 3-4 times, be like, why has nobody replied to this email? I must admit, I wasn't really happy with that. I think they should really hire more professionals, especially in the mental health area. I think the lady told me there was like 35 people in front of me in the queue to have a counseling session, and she said it's probably gonna take a few months. You shouldn't really have to wait for that kind of stuff, but you do. They do help you in other ways as well. So they do have Job Teaser, which is like a little website with jobs that they post every week. There's like new jobs, and especially during summer it's so useful. There's loads of placements like in Paris, Italy, even in Hong Kong. There was loads of placements in Hong Kong for this summer. And then we move on to the student life. Student experience, whatever people call it. In regards to that, I can't really say much from my experience because of COVID. Obviously, there was no parties, no events, no nothing. There was online. Those are always organized by the student union, which is like a group of graduates that usually take care of these events, invite people over for talks. We use this app called Aula, which is like where they send you your assignments, where you find all your briefs and everything, and they're always posting in there like all kinds of events, and they're always really open. You can go there, you can request things, you can tell them, oh listen, like there's this event going on, could we get this person to maybe give us a talk, or maybe we could have something else that whatever you want. And they would probably arrange it for you. In the first half of my course, we used to have a lot of workshops, like software workshops, and they were always so nice, but they stopped halfway through the year. I remember that because they didn't have anywhere to spend their budget this year because there was obviously COVID, they got soft drinks, so all the time we used to pass by the 3rd floor and just grab yourself, free orange juice. So that was really nice. The students are always kind of broke anyway, so any free thing is welcome. And yeah, the access to higher education course, which is the one I finished, it's like a foundation year. It's for people who either don't have the grades or need more experience before getting into a BA course in the creative field. So it's like an experimental course. You do all kinds of things. We started with graphic design, then we went on to UX design, UX UI, pardon me, a group project. So it was very experimental. You can do literally anything you want. You receive a brief and you do you. and it was a really good experience, especially because you don't have that kind of pressure on you. You know, it's a BA course, you need to finish this degree. It's just literally experimenting with everything, so it was really fun. And they did kind of give me a fast pass entry into my BA course. So I'm studying architecture this summer, and I'm really excited. Maybe you guys will see a little bit more about my uni and maybe like my projects, or maybe not. Making videos is so time consuming, okay? I'm busy. But yeah, that is all I had for you today. Okay, I really hope it helped someone. And I think that's it for now. So I will say my goodbye, and I'll see you next time.